Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you some advanced practices to setting up URL triggers so that you don't send messages to people if they've already purchased the product and are landing on that page again. Alright, let's jump into it right now. So this is going to be a little more advanced than the previous video. So in the previous video we just set up a URL trigger to trigger based on someone landing, based on a subscriber landing on a certain page. So it's important to remember also all these URL triggers are awesome and powerful, but they will only track those website visitors that are already subscribers to your list, your messenger list, okay? So let's jump into it. So right now what happens is if I go to awesome product number 2, I receive a message that when I land on the page. But if I've already purchased this product, I don't want this message to trigger again, okay? Or if it does trigger. So what I want to do is set up some rules here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my campaigns, and I want to do this just for awesome product number 1 because we already have a checkbox trigger set up for that. We already have everything set up so people can subscribe to the list and also purchase the product. So what happens if they don't, or what happens if they purchased it and they come and visit that page again? So here's how it works. So what I'm going to do is set everything up here in awesome product number 1. So what I want to do is I want to add some tags, and I'm going to show you why we're adding those tags just right after we do it. So I'm going to add a tag and call that lead. Okay. I'm going to set that up so they immediately are tagged with lead. Okay. And then if someone purchases the product, I want to add another tag, or I want to remove that tag lead. So I'm going to click lead and remove that tag from them because they're no longer a lead, they're now a customer, okay, for that particular product. So I'm going to save that. Okay, so now we have this lead tag, and we also have the remove tag for lead as well if they purchased the product. And now I'm going to create a new sequence and call it page view awesome product number 1. Hit create. And now I'm going to add a URL trigger just like we did in the previous video and call it page view awesome product number 1. Now, like I said before, the URL contains any of the following. We're just going to do URL equals, and I'm going to do awesome product number 1. Copy and paste that. Save. And now what I want to do is I want to add an AND connection type so that in order to join this sequence, in order to get put into this sequence, you have to meet 2 types of criteria. So I'm going to change that to and I'm going to add the trigger tag, and then I'm going to name it lead tag, and then use that same lead tag, okay? So now you have to have this, you have to land on this URL, and you have to be tagged with lead in order to be put into this sequence, okay? So now what I want to do is click add content, and I'm going to add a message and send it immediately just for the example. In most cases, when after someone views a page, I'll send it either a couple hours later or the following day. So I'll add this and say peekaboo, I saw you were looking at product number 1. Okay, product number 1. Okay, so and just a side note, if someone's joined your messenger list previously, maybe from a button trigger or for another product or something like that, and they've never and they aren't they're just on your subscriber list, it doesn't matter how they opted in, then if they'll still receive a message even if they don't add this product to their cart and use the checkbox trigger. So it's a powerful way to not lose anybody that is a subscriber, and then seeing what pages they land on and what products they're most interested in. Okay, so I'll add a quick reply. I'm gonna say, wow, you're smart. That's good. And then I'll create a new message just with a smiley face or cool glasses. That's cool. And then that's good. And then I'm gonna add a tag and just call it page view product number 1. So change that. And then I'll set that to day is fine. Turn it on. I just want to make sure that I'm staying in the sequence here for this example so we can look afterward. Okay, so kind of recap what's happening here. When someone opts into your list, it doesn't matter where they opt in from, you will have them tagged as lead. So if this is a button trigger, if this is a checkbox trigger or a comment trigger, whatever it might be, always have that tag lead be at the top of your sequence so that they all have that tag. Okay, so now what's happening is if I visit this page right here with this criteria met, then it'll trigger a message. Okay, so I'm going to clear my notifications, and I'm going to manually add lead here just for the sake of it. Okay, so right now it's just showing that I'm in awesome product number 2 sequence, and I'm going to visit the admin page and just clear this, go to the home directory. Okay, go to catalog, and then awesome product number 1. I'm going to click on that, and it's triggered that message. Okay, so it says, peekaboo, I saw you were looking at product number 1. Wow, you're smart. And that works perfectly. So now what happens is I've seen that message. I go into that sequence. Okay, now I've been added to that sequence. And then what will happen is if I go add to cart, okay, I check out, let this load, and I add some information, fake name, 1, 2, 3, 4, city is Tempe, I always type Temple. And then put a discount code, same discount code, FB official, apply. Okay, continue the payment method, complete the order. Let that work. Okay. Now I won't receive the message because I've already received that message and been removed from that sequence. So it may have not triggered the rule of removing the tag. So let me just double check. Yeah. So let me add myself to that sequence one more time. Okay, so I added myself to that. Thank you so much. Da, 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 da. Great. So let me go back into that product page. Awesome, product number 1. So just to double check I'm still there. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to add to cart, do the same thing one more time. So what happened was, because in a previous video I had completed the goal, it removed me from that sequence. And then for this particular example, I'm using that same sequence. It will only work, the goal will only complete if you're in that sequence. So same thing, and then continue the payment method, then I'll complete the order here. So now that I'm in the sequence, it'll fire that same thank you message. It'll remove that tag lead from me. Okay. Thanks for purchasing the product. I know you're the coolest. Okay, just like before. And then now if I refresh this, it removed me from the lead and then also removed me from awesome product number 1 sequence like before. So if I was to go back into that page, the chatbot now knows that I don't qualify to receive the message for that URL trigger. So now I won't receive any messages about that particular product because I've already purchased that product. So you set this up for customers who already purchased the product or who do purchase the product. They get lead removed from them and they become a customer. And maybe you could set the same thing up here. But instead you said that you duplicate this, and instead of the tag lead, you do customer, and you could send them a message based on them already being a customer. Maybe it's, hey, I hope you're loving your awesome product number 1. Maybe you want to send it as a gift to a friend or something like that. So pretty powerful stuff here. If you have questions about this was kind of a little more complex than the previous examples. Leave a comment below in the comment section. But yeah, this is pretty amazing stuff you can do with Opesta's Facebook bots. I'll see you in the next video. Hey, so that's it for the advanced URL trigger practices. Let me know in the comments below if you have questions, or share your ideas of things that that you can use this particular tool for. And the amazing thing about this product, just off the top of my head, is I could send messages to people who've visited the page twice or 3 times or 4 times and send them messages based on that information that I receive from Opesta. So it's pretty powerful what you can do with it. The retargeting and the type of messages I can direct towards different types of people makes selling things on my Shopify store a lot easier, and the messages are a lot more relevant, so they're received a lot better from the customer. So like I said, if you guys have been enjoying these videos, enjoying the series, please like and subscribe. It's always free to do those things. I appreciate it so much, and it helps me out a ton. So I will see you guys later.